Hey everyone, welcome back. Today, we're going to take a deep dive into something I think is really exciting.
Okay.
Expanding your business to Greece.
Sounds fun.
I know what you're thinking.
Yeah.
Greece, beaches, ancient ruins.
Right.
But there's actually a ton of business opportunities there.
Yeah, it's often overlooked.
I was surprised too, honestly.
It's true. I mean, Greece has a lot to offer businesses, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Like what?
Well, for one, it's strategically located,
Yeah.
like right at the crossroads of Europe, Asia, and Africa.
So it's like a gateway.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Multiple markets.
That makes a lot of sense.
And don't forget about being part of the EU. That opens up a lot of doors.
Right. So it's not just Greece itself. It's like this whole network.
Exactly.
Wow.
And then there's the workforce. Highly skilled.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Greece has a really strong educational system
Interesting.
and a very talented pool of professionals,
Yeah.
especially in sectors like tech, engineering, renewable energy. Lots of talent there.
See, this is what I'm talking about. I mean, it's like a hidden gem. It really is.
But let's be real.
Yeah.
Expanding internationally, no matter where you go,
Yeah.
it can feel overwhelming.
It can be.
Just all the different laws and the culture.
Absolutely.
Even just thinking about hiring people.
Oh, it's a headache.
It's like, where do you even start?
That's the question, isn't it?
And thankfully,
Yeah.
that's where INS Global comes in.
They're great.
They specialize in this stuff, helping businesses expand, especially to Greece.
They really know the Greek market.
Yeah, they do.
It's really fascinating how they work.
Oh, how so?
They're like a one-stop shop for everything, HR. I mean,
Ah.
everything. Finding talent, onboarding, making sure you're following all the local laws.
Because those can get complicated.
Oh, tell me about it, especially in a new country.
So it's like having a partner in Greece, someone to guide you.
Yeah, precisely.
Yeah,
They handle the hard stuff. You focus on your business.
that sounds amazing.
It is.
But okay, how do they actually do all that? Like, what's their process?
Well, it starts with a consultation.
Makes sense.
Figure out what you need.
Yeah.
Then their team, they're like specialists, they start searching for the best talent. And they don't just look on like generic job boards
Oh, where do they look?
all over, international sites, local Greek platforms.
So they combine the global and the local?
Exactly. They know the landscape.
That sounds really effective.
It is. They find people with the right skills, but also they pay attention to your company culture.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's important.
Why is that so important? Finding a good cultural fit.
I mean, think about it.
Yeah.
You want your team in Greece to be aligned with your company's values, the way you do things.
Makes sense.
It leads to better engagement, better productivity.
At a good work environment,
Exactly. Plus, it builds trust with clients.
especially in a new market.
Exactly. You're establishing your brand, your reputation.
It's not just about skills. It's about finding people who believe in what you do.
Exactly.
Okay, so they found the perfect person,
Right.
right? They're qualified, experienced, good cultural fit. But what about all the legal stuff? Yeah. Contracts, payroll.
Oh, don't worry. INS Global handles all that.
They do.
Yep. Total legal compliance every step of the way.
So contracts, payroll, taxes, benefits, all that.
All of it.
No legal headaches.
None.
Wow, that's a huge relief.
It is. They take care of it all, from A to Z.
So it really does sound like they take care of everything.
They do. And that lets you focus on what matters most, which is growing your business.
You know, the more we talk about this, the more I'm thinking maybe expanding to Greece isn't as scary as I thought.
It doesn't have to be.
Not with the right partner.
Exactly. And INS Global could be that partner for you.
They could be. But before we get too far ahead of ourselves, I think we need to dig into some of the specifics.
Yeah, good idea.
Like how they navigate the Greek job market. That's got to be unique.
Oh, it is. There's a lot to unpack there.
Okay, well, let's unpack it then.
All right. For example, did you know you don't even need to set up a local entity right away?
Wait, really?
Yep. You can start building your team in Greece without actually having a company there.
How is that possible?
Well, it's called an employer of record.
An employer of record.
Yeah.
I never heard of that.
It's pretty cool. Basically, INS Global becomes the legal employer for your team in Greece.
So they handle all the payroll and stuff.
Exactly. Payroll, taxes, benefits, compliance.
Wow.
But you still have control over the operations.
Hold on. So I can have people working for me in Greece,
Mhm.
but I don't have to actually set up a company there.
That's the idea.
That's incredible.
It's a way to test the waters, get things running quickly, then decide later if you want to make it more permanent.
It's like a trial run.
Exactly. You start small, build your business, then scale up when you're ready.
That's so smart.
It's all about flexibility, being agile.
It really shows how much INS Global understands businesses today. They do. Okay, so they have this EOR solution.
Yeah.
But what about the talent in Greece? I mean, what kind of skills are we talking about?
Well, we mentioned the education system, right? Strong tech sector.
Right.
So lots of talented software developers, engineers, IT specialists.
That makes sense.
But it's not just tech. Renewable energy is growing like crazy.
Really?
Oh.
Solar, wind, geothermal?
So if a company is in those fields,
Greece could be a great location.
it could be,
And then, of course, there's tourism and hospitality, huge industry in Greece.
of course.
So lots of experience there. Could be valuable for companies looking to get into the global tourism market.
So there's a real diversity of talent.
There is.
But how does INS Global actually find these people?
They use a multifaceted approach.
Okay.
They'll use international job boards like LinkedIn, Indeed.
Yeah, those are the big ones.
But they also use local platforms. Popular in Greece,
like what?
sites like Karriera.gr and Skywalker.gr.
See, that's what I mean about local expertise.
Exactly.
It's not just knowing where to look, it's understanding how each platform works. Exactly. Plus, their team in Greece, they're always monitoring the market, going to events, networking,
So they stay ahead of the curve.
always one step ahead, making sure you have access to the best talent.
You know, I'm really impressed with how much they focus on cultural fit.
It's important.
Yeah, but how do they actually ensure that the candidates are a good fit for the company's values?
It's built into their process.
Prob-
So during that initial consultation,
The one we talked about?
yep, that one, they really try to understand your company culture. What are your values, your vision?
Okay.
Then they use that information to create a candidate profile. It goes beyond just skills and experience.
So it's like personality matching.
Kind of.
Yeah.
They want to find candidates who are not just good for the job, but good for your team, your culture.
That's so important.
It is, because ultimately, your people are what make your business successful.
And a good team all working towards the same goal, that's essential.
Absolutely. Especially in a new market.
This has been really insightful.
It has.
But I do have one more question. And we've
Okay.
talked about how this benefits businesses.
Right.
But what about the employees? Are they being treated fairly, getting good compensation?
Oh, yeah. INS Global takes that very seriously.
Good.
Ethical hiring practices, fair wages, full compliance with all the local labor laws.
Okay, that's good to hear.
They really want employees to feel valued and supported.
Because expanding into a new market, it's not just about business growth.
Right.
It's about creating opportunities
Absolutely.
and building relationships.
It's the local community.
Exactly. And it sounds like INS Global gets that.
They do. They're focused on building partnerships that benefit everyone.
I like that.
Yeah.
So let's say I'm listening to this and I'm thinking, okay, maybe Greece is for me.
Yeah.
What do I do? How do I connect with INS Global?
It's super easy. Just reach out to them.
Okay.
They have a great team, very responsive. Visit their website, send an email, give them a call.
Sounds simple enough.
It is. Tell them about your project and they'll help you figure it all out.
You know, in the stuff we read about INS Global, they mention that you don't need to have everything figured out before you contact them.
That's right.
Like they'll work with you no matter where you are in the process.
Exactly. Just starting to think about Greece. Great. They'll help you assess the market.
Or if you have a detailed plan already,
They can still help.
it's like having a guide.
Yeah, a trusted advisor
That's a good way to put it.
to help you navigate the whole journey.
Speaking of the journey,
Yeah.
there's one thing we haven't talked about yet.
Oh, what's that?
Their ongoing support. They don't just disappear after you hire your team.
That's right. That's what I love about INS Global.
They provide ongoing support.
To make sure everything runs smoothly,
Payroll, compliance, employee relations, all of it.
they're invested in your long-term success.
That's great.
It is.
Great.
They're not just a vendor,
Right.
they're a true partner.
This has been a great conversation.
It has.
I have to admit, I came into this thinking Greece was a pipe dream,
Yeah.
but now it feels possible. Thanks to INS Global.
I agree. It's amazing what a little knowledge and the right partner can do.
Right. It opens up new possibilities.
It does.
Speaking of new possibilities, I think it's time for our final thoughts, our key takeaways.
All right, sounds good. What did you think?
Well, I think the biggest thing for me is that Greece is more than just beaches and ravens.
It's true.
There's a real business ecosystem there.
There is.
And the Greek economy has been changing a lot.
It has.
It's becoming a hub for innovation.
Especially in tech, renewable energy, tourism,
Exactly.
and, with the right partner.
Like INS Global.
Yeah, like the
Expanding your business to Greece doesn't have to be scary.
Not all.
They take care of everything.
Talent, legal stuff, ongoing support, the whole 9 yards.
Their employer of record solution is fantastic.
It is.
Being able to test the market without setting up a company.
That's a game changer.
It really is.
Yeah.
And it shows how committed they are to helping businesses grow.
They are.
And we can't forget about their focus on cultural fit.
Absolutely crucial.
Finding the right people.
Who fit with your company.
And who will thrive in Greece.
Exactly.
You know, this whole conversation has really sparked my imagination.
Me too.
I'm starting to see all these possibilities for businesses in Greece.
It's exciting.
It is. So if you're listening to this
Yeah.
and you're feeling that entrepreneurial spirit,
Mm-hmm.
maybe Greece is calling your name.
It might be.
And with INS Global by your side,
We'll have the support you need
the guidance, the expertise.
to make your vision a reality.
So don't let fear hold you back.
Nope.
Reach out to INS Global today.
Tell them about your project.
They're ready to help.
They are.
And who knows, maybe we'll be featuring your success story on a future episode.
That would be amazing.
We're always looking for inspiring stories.
Always.
So there you have it, our deep dive into Greece.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
We hope you found it informative
And insightful.
and maybe even inspiring.
Yeah, maybe even a little bit inspiring.
Remember, the world is full of opportunities.
It is.
And sometimes all it takes is a little guidance
And the right partner.
to unlock them.
Until next time,
Keep exploring
keep learning.
and keep diving deep.
See you next time.
Right. Employer of record.
Eeyore.
Eeyore.
Yeah, okay.
It's a game changer, really.
Yeah.
Especially for businesses that want to expand quickly.
So how does it work?
Basically, INS Global, they act as the legal employer.
For your team in Greece.
Exactly.
Okay.
They handle all the complicated stuff.
Like the payroll, taxes, all that.
All of that. Benefits, compliance, everything.
Wow.
But, and this is key, you still have control
Control over what?
over the operations.
So to be clear,
Yeah.
I can have a team working for me in Greece,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't actually need to have a company set up there.
That's the beauty of it.
That's amazing.
It is.
It really lowers the risk.
It does. You can get things up and running, see how it goes.
It's like dipping your toes in the water.
Exactly. A trial run.
Hmm.
Start small, build your business.
Mm-hmm.
Then if things are going well, you can scale up.
Exactly.
It's all about flexibility.
It is. INS Global really gets it.
They do.
The needs of modern businesses.
Okay, so we've talked about this EOR solution,
Yeah.
but what about the talent pool in Greece?
Right. Well, we talked about the education system, the tech sector.
Lots of skilled people.
Yeah, you'll find software developers, engineers, IT specialists, all sorts of talent.
Okay.
But it's not just tech. Renewable energy is booming in Greece.
Really? I hadn't thought about that.
Oh, yeah. Solar, wind, geothermal, lots of opportunity there.
So for companies in those fields,
Greece makes a lot of sense.
it does.
And of course, we can't forget about tourism.
Right. Greece is a huge tourist destination.
Exactly. So there's a lot of experience and expertise in that sector as well.
So there's a real diversity of talent to be found in Greece.
Absolutely.
But how does INS Global actually go about finding these people?
Well, they use a variety of methods.
Okay.
They use the big international job boards, of course.
Like LinkedIn.
Yeah, LinkedIn, Indeed, those sorts of sites.
Makes sense.
But they also know the local Greek platforms.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah, sites like Couriera.gr and Skywalker.gr.
I've never heard of those.
They're very popular in Greece.
See, that's what I mean about local expertise.
It is. They know where to look and they understand how to use these platforms effectively.
And their team in Greece, they're keeping up with everything, right?
Oh, yeah. They're constantly monitoring the market, attending industry events, networking with people.
So they're always ahead of the game.
Exactly. They want to make sure you have access to the best talent possible.
I'm still really impressed by how much they focus on cultural fit.
It's so important.
It is. But how do they make sure that the candidates they find actually align with the company's values?
Well, it starts with that initial consultation.
Right, where they get to know your company.
Exactly. They ask about your culture, your values, what your vision is.
Okay.
And then they use that information to build a candidate profile. So it's not just about skills anymore.
It's about personality too.
Yeah, it's about finding someone who would be a good fit for your team.
Someone who would thrive in your company culture.
Exactly. Because ultimately, your employees are your biggest asset.
They are. And having a strong team, that's essential for success.
Especially when you're expanding into a new market.
Right. You need everyone pulling in the same direction.
Exactly.
You know, this whole conversation has been really helpful.
Glad to hear it.
But I do have one more question.
Sure. What is it?
We've talked a lot about how this benefits businesses.
Right.
But what about the employees themselves? How does INS Global ensure that they're being treated fairly?
That's a great question. And it's clear that INS Global takes employee well-being very seriously.
Right.
They're committed to ethical hiring practices, fair wages, and they make sure everything is in line with local labor laws.
Okay, that's good to know.
They want to create a positive experience for everyone involved.
Because expanding into a new market, it's not just about making money.
No, it's about creating opportunities.
For everyone.
Exactly. And INS Global understands that.
They do. So let's say someone is listening to this
Yeah.
and they're thinking, okay, I'm interested in Greece.
Right.
What should they do? How do they connect with INS Global?
Easy. Just reach out.
Okay, and how do they do that?
Visit their website, send an email, give them a call, whatever is easiest.
Sounds simple enough.
It is. And don't worry if you don't have all the answers yet.
Right, because INS Global said they're happy to work with you no matter what stage you're at.
Exactly.
Whether you're just starting to think about Greece or you already have a detailed plan.
They can help. They'll assess the market, identify opportunities, help you develop a strategy.
It's like having a personal guide for your expansion journey.
That's a great way to put it.
And speaking of the journey,
Yeah.
there's one more thing we should mention.
What's that?
INS Global's ongoing support.
Oh, yeah, that's huge.
They don't just find your team and then disappear.
Nope, they stick around.
They provide support for everything.
Payroll, compliance, even employee relations.
Wow, they really are a partner.
They are. They're invested in your success long term.
This has been such an eye-opening conversation.
I agree.
I came in thinking Greece was a distant dream,
It can seem that way.
but INS Global makes it feel achievable.
They do. They take the mystery out of international expansion.
And they make it exciting.
They do. And speaking of exciting,
Yeah,
I think it's time to wrap up this part of our deep dive.
it is. And move on to our final thoughts.
Sounds good to me.
So we've covered a lot of ground about expanding to Greece.
We have.
And for me, the biggest takeaway
Yeah,
is that Greece is more than just a vacation spot.
right. It's not just beaches and ruins anymore.
Exactly. There's a real business opportunity there.
A whole ecosystem.
And the Greek economy, it's been transforming,
Big time.
becoming a hub for innovation.
Yeah, especially in certain sectors. Tech, renewable energy, tourism,
What's really exciting is that with the right partner,
like INS Global.
expanding to Greece doesn't have to be so complicated.
They make it easy.
They really do. They have all these services.
Talent acquisition, legal compliance, ongoing support, everything.
And they really understand the Greek market.
Oh, yeah. Their local expertise is invaluable.
I'm still really impressed with that employer of record solution.
Yeah, that's a game changer.
Being able to test the market without setting up a full company.
It's brilliant.
It really is.
Yeah.
And it shows how much INS Global cares about helping businesses succeed.
They're not just in it for the quick win.
Right. They're invested in your long-term success.
And that focus on cultural fit, that's so important too.
It really is. Finding the right people who fit your company culture.
It's not just about skills, it's about values.
Exactly. This whole conversation,
Yeah.
it's made me realize that expanding to Greece, it's not just a dream.
It's achievable.
The right partner, it's definitely achievable.
And INS Global, they could be that partner.
They could be. So to anyone listening,
Yeah.
if you're feeling that entrepreneurial spirit,
That drive to expand, to grow,
maybe Greece is the answer.
it might be. Don't be afraid to explore the possibility.
Reach out to INS Global.
Tell them about your project, your vision.
They'll be happy to help.
They're great at guiding businesses through the whole process.
So that's it for our deep dive into Greece.
Thanks for joining us.
We hope you learned something.
And that you're feeling inspired.
The world is full of opportunities.
And sometimes you just need a little help to find them.
INS Global can provide that help.
They can.
So, until next time,
Keep exploring.
keep learning.
And keep diving deep.